Hey everybody, what's up? It's Ari. I am back with another video for you guys, and like I said last week, this is a story time about my hair, and there's a story time about it because, like, if you've been around for a while, or even if you just looked at my thumbnails, like, my hair used to be long, now it's short. So, okay, where do I start? Well, okay, in last March, or maybe 2 March ago. No, what was this last March? I moved to a different house, not this one that I'm in right now, a different house, and I had noticed that my hair was falling out, and sorry if I'm like awkward. I haven't talked about this, like fully talked about it the way I'm going to talk about it now with anybody, so I'm kind of nervous. Bear with me. Started falling out, and so that's March, April, May, June, July, August. Like, it was just a little bit at first, and it was fine. Like, it wasn't noticeable, like, that noticeable, so it was, like, it was okay. And I guess I never told anybody, because I didn't really notice it myself, because it would be, like, when I'm showering, and, like, my hair always would come out when I would shower anyway. Like, because I don't know why, like, I had this weird thing about brushing my hair, because it was long, and I had super thick hair, so it was just, like, hectic. So, like, on days that I didn't feel like brushing it, I would just put it in a bun. But, of course, after doing that for so long, your hair gets tangled, so I would untangle it in the shower, like, as I'm showering with the conditioner, so a bunch of it will come out, whatever, like, the knots and stuff. Well, the day before school started, I was straightening my hair because I wanted to straighten for the first day of school. Well, on this side in the back, I burnt off a chunk of hair. Like, I guess I left the straightener too long, and I didn't, like, click in my head. I didn't realize. And whatever, I continued. I did the whole rest of my hair, whatever. And I was laying down, and I went like this to, like, fix my hair because I was laying like this. So I went to, like, move it away, and I felt it, and I was like, So I went, the house that I was in was a 2-story house. So I went downstairs, and I asked my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, like, can you look at this? Like, I don't know, like, I don't remember if I've always had it or whatever. So she looks at it, she's like, oh, yeah, like, you have, like, you're missing hair right there, whatever. And she's like, wait a minute, were you just straightening your hair? And I was like, yeah. She's like, you burnt it off. I was like, oh, okay, that's wonderful. Okay, whatever. It was easy to hide because, like, I had it wasn't, like, all the way down. Like, it was just, like, a little bit of it. Well, not, like, a little bit. But anyways, so I was fine with that, whatever. I would just wear, like, my hair lower so I could hide it, whatever. But then I could see it progressively getting a little worse and worse. So I have quite a few medical problems. So I have a couple specialists that I see, and I went to go see one of them, and they say, oh, it's because you're not on your medicine anymore, this certain medicine anymore. You know what? Like, we'll start you back on it and see what that does, whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I took it as I was supposed to, and didn't really do anything. Kept happening. And kept getting worse. And this, like, really, really, really put me in a bad place mentally. Because I was just not... I was already very hard on myself for no reason, just how I was. And I didn't talk to anybody about it. And it, like, got to the point, like, I didn't want to go anywhere. Like, I didn't want to be seen. Because, like, I was embarrassed. Like, I didn't want to go to school. I had a job. I worked, but at my job I wore a cap. I worked at Whataburger. If you're from Texas or if you have Whataburger, they wear the cap. I had a cap. So I was like, you know what? You can't see it. It's fine. Whatever. Okay. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So when I had my cap on, it was like, they don't know. Like, I can act like whatever. But then it kept getting worse. And I guess, like, 4 months went by. And it was, like, a lot of hair. Like, I lost, like, at least half of my hair, maybe a little more. It was, like, all, like, this. That was gone. It was like that. So, I don't remember how we thought about it. I don't know if somebody told my mom or what, but we went to go see a dermatologist. Because when I went to go see my doctor that told me that it was because I wasn't on my medicine, this and that, she said that like I said, that's why, like, it was a hormone because I have whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to get into detail about that, but it was a medicine I needed for my hormones. And so she was saying, oh, it's your hormones are off balance, so that's why, like, this and that. So I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense, this and that, whatever. So when I went to go see my dermatologist, we were telling him, and if you don't know, a dermatologist is a skin doctor, not... Anyways, so I went, and the dermatologist looks at it, and he says, that's not hormonal. Like, he says you can tell if it's hormonal, because if it's hormonal, it starts in the center and goes out. And this was from the bottom up. So I was, like, a little confused, and then he gave me a medicine to use. And it worked. Like, I mean, that's why my hair, like, of course, so it was kind of weird. It looked like I had a mullet, per se, because, like, since all of this was gone, I had this up here stayed. So, like, imagine just, like, kind of longish hair. It was super thin. But I also had dyed my hair blonde. But I cannot remember if I used bleach or if I specifically didn't use bleach because it was already happening. Like, because you can do blonde. It's just, you can go blonde without bleaching your hair, depending on how light your hair is. And my hair was super light. And anyways, because I was gonna dye my hair, and I wanted to do a burgundy, but then, like, I was like, you know, I want to try something new, so I did, like, I did blonde, not full blonde, but, like, anyways, whatever. Okay, so, and, like, it was, like, I missed, like, almost a week of school because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to see people. I didn't want people to see me like that. And I couldn't even, like, not that I couldn't tell my friends, but, like, I didn't want to tell my friends because I just didn't want people to feel sorry for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so whatever. And so that kept happening. And then I was doing the medicine twice a day. Like, that's how I had to do it. And they were just, like, drops, basically, that I put, like, everywhere. Because he said I could I could have done like shots, like some sort of shots, like in my hair follicles, like to boost them. But it was so much, like I didn't want to do it. I mean, it's not like shots, like it's like a little needle, like diabetic needle, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not scared of needles, like I'm fine. But like it was gonna, he said himself, like the dermatologist, like it was just gonna be so many of them that it would have made me, like I would have been uncomfortable, because it was like, I'm telling y'all, like literally like all of this. But like this is like better now, like obviously because it's there now, like so I said, like, me and my mom talked about it, because she took me, obviously, and before we made a decision, like he stepped out and we talked about it, and I told her like I didn't really want to do it, but like that would be my last resort, like. So I told him, and we said like we'll try the drops, and if we don't see anything in 2 months, then we'll do it. And like I think it was actually like, no, it was 6 weeks, not 2 months. In 6 weeks. And in 4 weeks, actually, 3 or 4 weeks, we saw a difference. And I was happy with it. And I was like, okay, yeah, like we'll keep doing this. And whenever I go back from, like, for him to see everything, like if he says if I want to just do the shots, I'm gonna tell him no, just I'll keep doing this, because 1, it's easier, and 2, like I just prefer to do it, whatever. So we went back, and even he was like, the doctor himself was impressed with the growth I had, and at first we were kind of like, well, then are we over putting it, this and that, but he said no. So anyways, so yeah, and then I moved after graduation. So I graduated high school in May, and by that time it was better, but it wasn't, like I still wasn't happy, like I still wasn't okay. Like now I'm okay, but at that point I kind of wasn't, like I was better because I knew it was coming back, but I still wasn't comfortable to be in front of people. So what I did is I wore a wig, and I mean, it's, you could tell it's a wig from like the top, obviously, but since I wore my cap, you couldn't. And it was before I cut my hair like this, so I still had like the long pieces. So what I did is I just put those in a clip, and then I put the wig in the cap, and I bobby pinned it. Whatever. So yeah, and then I moved to this house, which I live with my dad now. I don't live with my mom. Because I take care of my baby sister. And ever since I moved here, like, I started growing faster, you can say, I guess, in my opinion. And it's also like a little bit thicker. It looks crazy right now because I took a shower earlier and I didn't brush it after, comb it after. But yeah, just don't mind it. So that's what made me happy. Like I was like, okay, all right, like I'm gonna be fine. And in like before my birthday, so it was probably at the beginning of August. It was like end of July, beginning of August, maybe. I don't really remember. I was like, you know what? I should. Well, like I had been told a couple times by people, but I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe I should, like, because my best friend, one of my best friends, my sister, my mom, my stepmom, my dad, like they were suggesting to me, like, why don't you cut your hair all one length, so that way when it does grow, like it'll look even, because then I would have like the piece like that's like down here and the rest like all the way up here. So it made sense to me. Like, I thought about it, and I first was like, I know, like, nah, like, I don't want to look like a little boy, whatever. But obviously, I mean, it just looks messy right now because I was also laying down. So yeah, I cut it, and at first I was kind of like, but I like it. I mean, it's actually easier to maintain because it's so short. Like, I don't have to worry. I can just brush it, and it's super curly because my natural hair is curly, and this piece does not want to be my friend. So yeah. And so now I feel way better about it. Like, I'm never going to be confident because that's just who I am. But, like, you know how, like, people have that, like, think about the thing you get complimented the most on, or the thing that makes you feel the most powerful. Like, for some girls, it's, like, their eyebrows, their face, they're like, having, I don't know, like, the thing that makes you feel confident, that makes you feel powerful. For me, that was my hair, because, like, everybody loved my hair. Like, I mean, whenever I wore it down, I did wear it up most of the time, like, in buns and all that, but when I would wear it down, I would get so many compliments, and it's so long, it's so pretty, it's so thick, it's so healthy, this and that, like, and my hair was relatively healthy because I dyed it, yes, but I never put bleach in it. I never bleached it. Like, I did highlights, but they weren't blonde highlights. They were like, because my natural hair, well, like, this is my natural hair color that I did, just like a little bit lighter, and then I ended up doing all like a medium, or like I did it brown but darker than my natural brown, I guess, yeah. And then after that, I did burgundy, and I loved it. I loved my hair burgundy. Like, once my hair's healthy, like, gets to a certain length, like, I want to do a burgundy again. And every summer I would always cut it, like, to my bra strap. So it'd be, like, right here. Maybe like a little higher. I don't know. And I loved it like that because I liked it. Anyways, I did a burgundy, and then, like, I let the burgundy fade out and everything, and I left it, like, I let my natural hair, whatever. And then I knew I was, like, maybe, I did a burgundy a couple times, but after the last time, it was, like, maybe 2 years, give or take. I don't really remember. And so I did the blonde. And the day I did the blonde, before I did the blonde, I cut it because, like, when you dye your hair, at least, I don't know how, I'm guessing that's how it is everywhere, but they had told me that they charge based on the length of your hair. And maybe the thickness too, I don't remember. But for sure I knew it was the length. And before, my hair was pretty long already. And I was going to pay for it myself because I was working. And I didn't want to make my parents pay for it. So I was like, you know what, okay. So I tried to, like, make it cheaper for myself, but I guess it really would have been the same because, I don't know. So I cut my hair, and then, like, not the next day, I think it was probably, like, 3 or 4 days later, I went back and dyed it. And I did the blonde. And I think I went as blonde as I could. I'm pretty sure I went as blonde as I could without dyeing it, without bleaching it. And I literally was there for, like, 3 hours. Like, it took her an hour to, like, put the dye in my hair and the foils and everything, and then I sat under the dryer for literally 2 hours. So yeah. And then, okay, so the I totally got sidetracked. The reason why I was falling out because the dermatologist says that I had developed something called alopecia areata. I'm not sure how you say it. And he says that I don't know the exact definition of that, so feel free to look it up after this video or whatever. But he said it could have been, I was a senior in high school. So yeah, my whole senior year this happened over the course. He said that it could be like stress induced, which I didn't feel like I was stressed, but then when I was thinking about it, I kind of was. Because it's your senior year, you're worrying about college and how am I going to pay for that? And because me, like, I don't want to, like, if I absolutely had to, then obviously, then I have to, but I wanted to do anything to try to get away from having to get a student loan, because I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. And so I had done financial aid, and I did not qualify for anything, so which means my parents made too much money, so they weren't, I wasn't gonna get any help federally for my financial and all that. So I was like, you know what, whatever. But then my baby sister was born, and so I started applying. Let's see, I started school in August. So I don't think by Christmas I was, but I had to have been because my sister was born in February. So between August and February, I had applied for colleges and done my stuff. And this video is super long, and I'm so sorry. And so I guess I was a little stressed out about that. Like, I already had found out that I didn't qualify for financial aid. I had already known that I was gonna, like, I knew what I wanted to do. Like, I wanna do psychology. So, like, with all that. So I knew I wasn't gonna get any help. I was most likely gonna have to get a loan out. And I knew it was just a lot. And I don't drive, so I was gonna have to figure out how I was going to get there. Like, if I was gonna have to live on campus, and if I was gonna have to live on campus, then I have to pay for that, and I have to pay for my meal plans, and this and this and that. So, either way. So then, my dad and my stepmom had talked to me about, I had a brain fart, sorry. Babysitting my sister and like taking a year off just to watch her, this and that. So I was like, you know what, okay. Like, she was born in February. She's born February 22nd, and my stepmom, obviously, maternity leave from work, all this stuff. I graduated May 23rd. So February, March, April, May, like, whatever, anyways. So since May 23rd till today, which is October 5th, I believe we are. I've been watching her. So she's 7 months now, so which means I've been watching her for about to be 5 months. And now I just reapplied for financial aid, and I'm about to reapply for colleges. And yeah, I am mentally okay. And obviously getting there physically. I mean, I'm going to do online classes, obviously, because I still have to babysit. So it's not as stressing to me because I know I don't have to go talk in front of people and all that. So yeah, that is my story time about my hair. It was all over the place, and you probably still don't fully understand. I am sorry. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry this video was so terribly long. If you watched it all, thank you very much. If you watched this far, comment dance. And I don't know, you watched all the way here. I say dance because I have a board over here, and the first word on it is dance. So anyways, yeah. And let me know any ideas that y'all have. Anything I want to see, like if y'all would like more story times. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Y'all are amazing. And once again, I'm so sorry this video is so long. I love you guys, and remember to stay beautiful and be brave.